Today we're going to look at our knowledge organiser LO24, which is who opposed the New Deal. So the New Deal, Roosevelt's idea, and we can see it here, Roosevelt's idea to basically help American people during the Great Depression. And we would have seen this in, I think, LO22, this image, when we were looking at which sorts of alphabet agencies were created. But I think when we're looking at opposition, so people who go against the New Deal, it's this bit here that's really important. It's what he's saying here. It is evolution, not revolution, gentlemen. And it's this bit here, not revolution. People are saying that what FDR is trying to do here is a revolution, and revolutions are a negative. Okay, they change the face of a country for the worse. So a lot of Republicans are saying this is not good, this is a complete disgrace, it's a revolution, we shouldn't be doing it. Whereas FDR's like, no, we're just making things better. So who opposed the New Deal then? So first of all, we've got the Supreme Court. Again, this is coming from your knowledge organiser, so it's important that whatever I'm saying here, you go into your knowledge organiser and you remember the details. I'm not going to go through them all now. So we've got the Supreme Court. They basically say some of these alphabet agencies aren't great. They made the AAA illegal, so helping the farmers illegal, and the NRA codes illegal as well. So again, look at what they are on your knowledge organiser. And this caused a lot of tension. So we can see President Roosevelt here basically saying, I want things my way. But ultimately, the Supreme Court was, had the same amount of power as Roosevelt, so he couldn't just force his ideas through. We've also got Republicans and the rich, who absolutely railed against this sort of New Deal, because we can see here the fact that the rich, the taxpayer, because they're the only ones that could afford to pay taxes, were really struggling. So they've got buckets of money, they're giving it to FDR. We can see thousands, millions more, and FDR is putting it into the pump. Okay, he's priming the pump, but the pump is leaking, so he's wasting money. And that's what the rich and Republicans are saying. The rich are saying you're wasting our taxpayers' money on some of these ideas. So they might say, for example, the NRA codes, they're illegal. So you've just wasted our money. The AAA, it's illegal. You've wasted our time and money. Republicans themselves, they would kind of agree with that, but they would go a little bit further. They'd say this New Deal is getting involved in people's lives too much. It goes against laissez-faire. It's giving people too much help, going against rugged individualism. And they would be really worried about this as well, Republicans, the fact that FDR continues to ask for more power over and over again. And they basically say, well, it's a dictatorship. It's FDR's way, and we're never going to get away from that. Now, it's a bit of kind of an exaggeration, but that's what they were putting out there at the time. Also, this is the idea that the NRA codes would help, so the NRA codes here, that they would help the employer and the employee kind of come together. That's not what happened. Employers decided they didn't like the NRA codes, it gave the workers too much, and that meant that the NRA codes collapsed. So business people also became opposed to the alphabet agencies at times, such as the NRA. And finally, we've got Huey Long. Now, Huey Long was on the same side as President FDR. He was a Democrat, but he said that they should be sharing more wealth. So he came up with the idea of share our wealth to replace the New Deal, saying that millionaires can have $5 million, but the rest is going to be taken by the government